What's up, everybody? Yes, I got to report a loss in the family. Yes, the beard got cut. It's a funny story involving professional hockey that, you guys, being you're so intellectual and liberty-minded, you're against organized sports, so I won't bore you with it. Fags. Anyway, the Haas has a video about bugging out and what is bugging out and how he bugs out. Now, I tried to watch those videos this morning, and I wasn't able to, which I think in a way is good, because that'll give me the chance to talk about it without any sort of influence from somebody else. The term bugging out, in my understanding, has to do with you're in a disaster scenario, call it what you will. The reason for it could be anything, but the idea is that you cannot stay in place, and the course of action that you intend to take is to go elsewhere. Now, this is a very smart thing to have the capability of bugging out, because in the grand scheme of things, in the environment as it pertains to animals and areas of living, there's a very high probability that in certain disaster scenarios, the area that you normally stay at may become uninhabitable. You may not be able to stay there. Maybe there's no longer water. Maybe there's no longer shelter. And when I say shelter, I think that also, I mean to include it's too dangerous. There's no longer shelter from danger, and you believe there's a better area elsewhere, hence you bug out. Now, the term bugging would mean like insanity, like ate up with bugs, and bugging out, you just take this insane course to move out. But it's been sort of adapted to include many things, and people make things like a 72-hour bug out bag and so on and so forth. I'm going to give you guys some facts here. Physically, you can handle 72 hours of most anything. All you really need for 72 hours would be make sure that you have the ability to retain your body heat, enough water, and enough food, and you can hold up to 72 hours. Now, beyond 72 hours, hygiene becomes a very large factor. That's when you need to start worrying about your overall nutrition, bowel movements, kidney functions, things like that. You really need to begin measuring out and try to get your body to a more sustainable course of normalcy, okay? Now, what do I know about it, huh? Well, for one, I'm in Florida, and you guys may have noticed an absence of large stockpiles of foodstuffs and water. And the reason for that, like we'll have maybe a month on hand, maybe a little bit past that, to where we could do, say, 6 to 8 weeks. Beyond that, for those of us in Florida and in the hurricane belt, our focus on preparedness is mobility. And how do we do this? We do this by, during hurricane season, we don't let our fuel tanks drop below half a tank. Okay, we make sure that our gasoline is topped off at all times. We make sure that our generators are running at all times, that they have the ability to run, not when it's needed most. We have our vehicles, whichever method of transportation we have, the people that are in Florida that are focused appropriately on it, you keep your vehicle in good shape. You make sure your tires are good, your windshield wipers are good, you have that mobility. Bugging out, the essence is in mobility, because you need to remove yourself from the environment that you can no longer sustain in. So that's a quick take on the bugging out, inspired by the Haas's vid. I hope you enjoyed it and get something out of it. If anybody has anything to add, please feel free. Don't be shy. Don't be a stranger. We'll see y'all later.